Hey, and welcome to a new episode of Transformed and Renewed. Listen, before we get into it, if this is your first time checking us out, I need you to do something. I need you to hit that like and subscribe button on your screen because at the end of this video, I'm going to share a huge news announcement. So make sure you do that right now because, especially if you've been following us, this is what I talk about is making sure you hit that like and subscribe button so you can stay up to date with the latest because again, you're getting it directly from me. So the way you can continue to get the best news updates, hit that like and subscribe button on your screen. And welcome. If this is your first time, if you are returning, welcome back. Today we're going to be talking about a topic related to food control, how to have self control when it comes to food without going insane or crazy. When we think about food, it can cause people to make so many decisions, some good decisions, some bad decisions. And a lot of times, when it comes to the decisions that we make about food, it can stem from how our relationship with food was early on in life, as well as what life changes affected our decisions even up to now. So, one of the things I do want to talk about is, do you struggle with having good food control? And why is that? Have you even thought about, why do I really struggle with food control or just feeling like I have to always eat something? Like, even if I really am not hungry, or if I know I am hungry, I restrict myself from eating. Why is that the case? Because I want you to know one thing, at least when I look in the Bible in Genesis, where it talks about food being created for man, and man being able to enjoy food for pleasure as well as for development, growth, in order to procreate. Okay, you have to have food in order to survive. And then when we think about that survival, we also know that as human beings, we wouldn't just like to eat anything that doesn't have a satisfactory taste to it. We like something that's delightful, that we can think about and say, you know what, that was good. But what happens if you, let's say, food is delightful, but it may not have that nutrient composition to it or that characteristic? Let's think about, what do we need for our bodies, or even just the type of foods that we consume. Are they healthy? Do they complement our metabolism, our development? Are they causing us to feel full of energy, or are they causing us to feel lazy, lag, feeling like we have lost a step in our walk, in our movement, just even in our cognitive behavior? Okay. And so these are just some of the questions I want you to think about as it relates to food. Now, I do want to show you some quick images because, again, sometimes we may assume, well, you know what, I don't really struggle with food. That's for somebody else. But I want you to know, like, these are some real images. And I want you to be aware that, hey, it can apply to you. Okay. So check this out. This is let me change this. Yep. So, yep, this is what looks like a woman, and she is on the one extreme when it comes to food control, which is restrictive eating. Now, for some people, this is where people eat a very small amount of food and they put themselves on a very restrictive diet, excuse me, because they do not want to eat too much. They feel like, hey, even if I eat two peas, okay, one pea we know is not necessarily going to do anything for your body. But again, in the person's mind, they believe that, hey, if I eat two peas or even three peas, I'm going to get fat. So to avoid that, I'm going to eat a pea. I may not even eat that whole pea. I'm just going to cut it in half, and then I'm just going to eat that, and that's going to be all I eat for the day. Now, again, some people, they have that concept because if they are very aware of their size, again, it could have been a issue or an event where they overate and they felt like they were too fat, relationship to where someone just did not do you well in terms of treating you right, and now you are resorting to, what, it was because I was too fat, it was because I was too wide in the waist, or whatever the case could have been. Now you are just eating so much less than what your body actually needs for survival. So this is on one extreme, and this is not, what we want to promote, because again, we have to think about at least what the body needs to survive. Okay. Number two, yes, this is, I mean, obviously a guy, but I can't really tell at least nationality, but at least we can see that he has a double, well, actually a Big Mac, because it has the bun in the middle. But then it has what looks like a Coke, could be a Diet Coke, some popcorn is what it looks like, small pizza, pretty thick crust. Got some donuts. And so people can eat this in one setting. And I'm not going to say, uh, well, I'm not even going to get my commentary on that. But again, we see that this is the other extreme. So the previous image, the lady is just eating a pea, or is about to eat a pea. And then in this image, the guy, he is just saying, you know what? Let's live it up. Listen, let's just live it up. Okay. I got the burger. Okay. Like let's go in. Okay. And so when we think about it, this is a part of that food control. Do you feel like you just have to eat so much? Checking this out. Yep, got you from the area view. Tried to hide it. Couldn't. So this woman here, she's eating what looks like pizza. Don't know what type. But again, we know that it is dark. Seems like night. And trying to hide for somebody because again, you have the refrigerator open, you sitting down, it's like, you know what? I am not trying to bring this any closer to whoever else could be in a room because they smell it. And I already know how they can be, when it comes to food. I don't want to hear that. Okay. So in her mind, she's like, you know what? I'm just going to enjoy this. I do not need all that extra. Okay. So we see from a lot of those images, those are people essentially with some form of food disorder. Now you may say, I don't really fit in any of those categories. I don't think I'm that bad. But, but do you feel like whenever food is available, you have to take it, even if you're not hungry? Now, let's say that you are trying to, per se, eat health, or let's say eat healthy, and you bring lunch to work, or you say, you know what, I'm not going to eat what everyone else is eating, but yet you end up being persuaded to do so because you're also around a group of friends that they typically get the same thing. You're also celebrating an event, or it could be back to back events that week, could be that month. And in your mind, you're like, you know what? I know that probably shouldn't be eating this, but eh, I mean, it's just one slice of pizza. Come on now. Like it's just one meal. Like, what is that gonna really do? And for many people, if it's just one time, may not do a lot. Okay. That's just my rough guess. But then again, let's think about how often does that occur? So as we think about just how do you have self-control with food, again, it starts by really understanding your environment. What things are taking place when you are making whatever decisions related to it? When food is present, you're either going to make two decisions. One, you're either going to say, you know what, I accept that. Let me indulge. Let me partake of this. Or you're going to say, you know what, I'll pass on it. Don't really need it. So I'm going to pass on that. Two decisions that you can take. Okay. Either you eat it or you don't. Okay. And so, how do we have better self control when it comes to food? Because for many people, hearing the concept sounds easy. It's like it's easier said than done, but the actual application can be a different story. And that's why I'm here to help, because again, I know that some things sound so easy, just like I'm saying it now. But again, when you're in that actual situation, you feel like, things just change. And I'm here to help you with that. So if you feel like, you know what, I really do struggle with that. I struggle with food control. I know I need to control it. My doctor told me that I have these types of issues going on, and this hasn't been the first time. And so if that is you. I want you to act because, again, how can we really get the help that we need if we do not act? So, one of the ways that you can act is you can send me a direct message as well as, or you can go to our website at robody.org and you can set up a one-to-one health consultation or coaching with myself. And we will carve out a plan for you to really have self-control when it comes to food. Listen, when it comes to this area, I can tell you that it is a practice. I continue to do it on a daily basis. And again, you're not looking at someone who's just telling you a bunch of information and hasn't done it. Trust me, I do this every day as much as I can. And once you really understand, you have the education about food and you really understand what your body needs, things become a lot easier for you to implement. Now, again, I'm not going to say that it's going to be easy, but at least if you are willing to put in some effort, some time, trust me, you will enjoy the results. So, again, you can reach out to me directly or you can navigate to our website at robody.org. You're going to click on that link, set up a health coaching consultation with myself, and we'll get started on that. So, as I said in the beginning, if you haven't already, make sure you like and subscribe our channel at Robody 1212. One of the news announcements that I wanted to share is that I guess this may seem like it's bad news, but it's actually not. Is that we're going to be scaling back our TNR, transformed and renewed sessions, from being weekly to being bi-weekly or even monthly. And that is also because good news is that we're going to be rolling out memberships. So the are going to include different tiers. And this is designed to provide people with more benefits, as well as if you're saying, you know what, I don't really want to do a coaching per se, but I would like something that's a little bit lighter, but also where I can feel like I'm a part of a community. I'd like to call it tribe or something different than community because I really want you to know that this is where like we are really sharpening each other. My goal is to really help people, and this way we can actually engage a little better. And again, this will also be the first time that we'll have an actual group of individuals. So it won't only be yourself. So as we have these lives, there will be Q&As for you to ask questions. Some tiers will allow you to have direct access. So that way you can message me on the fly and I will give you a response on the fly. So again, these are just some of the benefits, more benefits to come. And so, again, this is going to be released mid August or late August, could be earlier. But again, this is going to be through our Patreon page that we will publish and we will send you the info once it is available. So, again, if you want to really join, if you really want to get involved with what Robody is doing, and you're saying, you know what, I really need some accountability. Listen, I am offering this out to you. So right now you have it on your radar. Okay. So you can put it down for August, mid August. I will send another update letting you know that this page is live. Okay. So you have no excuses why you cannot join. Okay. So again, make sure you check us out by subscribing and liking our page. Or you can also go to our website, set up a health coaching consultation with myself, and we can get started on a personalized plan just for you. Okay. So if you enjoy this information, make sure you comment, make sure you share it, and I appreciate your feedback. Until next